Got some Resident Evil news, which I'm still shocked, right? There has been no negative articles on this game. Not one. It's a real shocker considering every time something big comes out, right? It gets attacked. It gets attacked by the NPC. However, this time it seems like everything is fine. They're not doing anything. I'm really kind of shocked. I got to tell you. But there's some fun stuff to talk about, particularly this I found. In the Resident Evil 2 remake, Leon's backstory has been cleaned up. So there's a game guide, and then there is the manual that if you bought it in Japan, you still get a manual, I guess. And then there's an actual game guide for, Biohazard, as they call it over there. And what I thought was funny is apparently, so in the actual manual, it reads, new officer Leon S. Kennedy was assigned to Raccoon City before going on duty. Kennedy was at home on standby, waiting for his orders. After no one contacted him and feeling something was off, Kennedy headed to the station. Days later, after arriving in Raccoon City, his life changed. So that's kind of boring, right? Though we already kind of know his backstory, but do we? So apparently in the official game guide, the real reason that he was late to the show was because having recently broken up with his girlfriend, Leon stopped on his journey to Raccoon City by staying at a motel overnight. Oversleeping from drunkenness a day late on September 29th, he rushed back onto the road where he wasn't able to telephone to the station. So he was showing up late because he was getting over a hangover. I actually thought that was kind of funny. Actually, in some ways, it humanizes him, but it also shows that he's got terrible work ethic, right? So why they didn't take this out, why did they change this? I think it's weird that they changed it from this really funny kind of story of him, getting over his ex and being wasted and being late to work, which actually, in a way, she saved his life, didn't she? And so did the alcohol, because if he would have showed up there, he would have been fodder for the zombies. But, the reactions seem to be that people love it, and I kind of like it too. I wish they would have kept it. Why would they change that? That is a weird thing to do. If you have any reasons why you think they changed it, let me know in the comments. But I like the idea of him, it gives you a little bit more story, because he was kind of on his way there in a little bit of a hurry. And yeah, so far I've been enjoying the game too. I'm still shocked that this is the most controversial thing I've found. And I've been looking because, usually these NPC will attack anything that's popular. And this game is popular. I had a source pulled up, but there were so many ads on it I didn't want to pull it up. But it was coming from Forbes. This game has sold like 3 million copies. And given the amount of detail they've put into it, it really shouldn't be surprising. But I just got to the part of the game where you play as Ada, and she was wearing that trench coat the whole time. Maybe they knew the game getting past Mr. Tyrant would be too hard for the NPCs, and then she takes her trench coat off, and I was like, yeah, Ada's looking pretty good in this game, ain't she? But what I found funny, see how she's got these heels on, right? And she's dressed for the club. She's attracting the male gaze. So I was thinking they're definitely going to attack this, especially the heels. I could see that coming. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, the game is doing so well that Capcom has basically come out and said a Resident Evil 3 remake is possible if fans demand it. And I also found, and I couldn't find where I put the article, but basically, there's a rumor leak that it's already in the works, which wouldn't surprise me. I hope they tone down the nemesis a little bit, though, and don't go, because Mr. X is always on your butt in that game. I don't know if Mr. X is supposed to be nemesis or not. We'll see. But that was a really good game. Resident Evil 3, very underrated game. But it wouldn't surprise me if it is in the works. I can definitely see it coming. And I think it'd be a smart move, right, for them to do this. I would love to play an updated Resident Evil 3. Bring in Jill, put her in a nice little dress, and make it happen. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I think they will for sure make it because this game has been a phenomenal powerhouse success. And then I could see them remaking 4, even though they've released 4 like 100 times now on various forms, on various consoles. And it is one of the best games ever made, at least in my opinion. I also think it's the best Resident Evil ever made, even better than this remake. This remake's really good, but Resident Evil 4 is still top dog in my book. And then where do you go after that? You don't remake 5 and 6. No one likes those games. Those games are terrible piles of junk. Yeah, they're quite trash. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I hope actually Code Veronica. So I would like to see Resident Evil 3 get remade. I'd like to see Code Veronica get remade. And then Resident Evil 4, I just don't know. What changes do you make to Resident Evil 4? Because Resident Evil 2 is old enough and still, you know, flawed enough that it was worth remaking like they did. Resident Evil 1, they've already remade. I don't know. You can't do 4. I just don't know how you would improve that game other than making it look prettier. It's already one of the best games ever made. And I think that that's a pretty universal opinion from a lot of people that like this series like I do. So I think you remake Resident Evil 3, you remake Code Veronica, and then maybe that's it. I'd like to see those two kind of get redos, especially Code Veronica. I think it's a very underrated game. Anyway, though, let me know what you think about all this. What do you think about Leon being a heartbroken drunk? And what do you think about the success? What do you think made this game successful? Also, what do you think about the remake idea? Do you disagree? Do you think Resident Evil 4 is worth a remake? Do you maybe want to see 5 and 6 get remade too? 6 sucks so bad. Anyway, that's about it. Just a quick little fun update video on Resident Evil 2. Throw a like up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check out the links in the description. And I will see all of you real soon for the next one. Peace.